Hey, Antoine, I know that you're a guy who came in with pretty high expectations, and maybe you haven't played as much as you had hoped coming in, but sounds like Larry thinks that you're a guy who's going to play a really big role this year. So just how big is this for you to finally get that opportunity to really play a large role in that rotation?
I think it's very big for me because like coming in after coming in my junior year, just looking up to Dre Munt and actually Haskell too, because Haskell was here before me, and playing a little bit last year behind Jay Sean. It's just a big role playing that three technique, holding the gaps, make sure the ball don't get ran through, and pass rushing like Coach Jay likes. So I think it's a big role to play that three technique for the Ohio State.
Thanks, Antoine.
Um,
Next up, Tony Girdman, Buckeye Scoop, with Tim May on deck. Tony?
Antoine, how difficult is it to like master and pick up all of the little things that separates good from great on the defensive line?
I think it's very big with Coach Jay. He's on our butts every day about the little things and our steps, our technique. And I just got done watching film again for the second or third time, just looking at all the things that he critique us on. So I think technique is very big with Coach Jay, and I just try to go a little bit by a little bit every day with him.
Next up, Tim May, the Tim May podcast and Letterman Row, with Andy Anders on deck. Tim?
Antoine, if you had to sum up your career to this point, how would you sum it up? Meaning, the journey you've been on, and then at Ohio State dealing with some injuries, et cetera, things like that. But just what is the word you would use to sum it up? And just give it to me in a few words, maybe.
I feel like I have to do better. I have to get better every day, and just have to keep grinding to reach my potential like I want to. That's what I feel like I need to do. I just need to go harder and grind harder to get to where I want to be.
Thank you.
No
Next
problem.
up, Andy Anders with Press Pros and Jeremy Birmingham on deck. Andy?
Yes, Antoine. Coach Johnson mentioned you could be switching back and forth between the 1 and 3 in this defense. What's the difficulties of doing that, and what's the difference in how you'll approach those two spots?
I feel like it's not really that difficult to play the one technique and the three tech. One tech you got to be, you got to be that he man like he wants to, like Devon Hampton was last year, and like how Tommy is right now. And the three, Coach Jay had me playing both of them from starting last year. He likes guys that could play, one and the three tech, just to be more versatile. So it's kind of a big role to him, and I really like that he trusts me to play the one technique and the three technique.
Thank you.
And final two questions for Antwuan. First coming from Jeremy Birmingham with Letterman Row and Pat Murphy on deck. Jeremy?
Hey, Antwuan, I don't know if you know this, but Coach Johnson sort of outed you earlier as publicly or as decommitting from Ohio State in your high school recruitment, and then when you committed to Auburn, and then when you came back. I guess the question is, what was it about the relationship you had with Coach Johnson and with Ohio State that was so unique that after you decommitted from the school, you still wanted to come back after transferring out of Auburn?
It was very special because he built a relationship with me, but also my dad. My dad was like just kind of coming off of a stroke, coming off that last year, and he made a real good connection with him, and I really liked that. But I just felt like I was just young, and I just didn't understand, or I just didn't really get it, because my dad was really telling me, Ohio State. But nothing was wrong with Auburn. Auburn was still a good school. Just being there, I was just really thinking about Coach Jay a lot and how he could develop me. And we built that relationship still after when I went to junior college. We were still building that connection. And I really just love him and Coach Meyer for really bringing me back in. And it really means a lot to me to give me a second chance, and really don't nobody get that second chance. So Coach Jay said I was his first to ever do that, to go back and get somebody. So I really feel kind of special, and I really owe that to him this year.
Thanks, man.
And final questions for Antwuan Jackson come from Pat Murphy, 24/7 Sports. Pat?
Hey, Antoine, we've heard a lot of good things about what this offensive line could be this year. I'm curious from your position, you see these guys more frequently, especially now that you have pads on. What's your take on the guys across the ball from you early on here?
Oh man, let's not get started on the outline. Nick Petit's doing really good, stepping up in that at right tackle or left tackle where they play at, and going against All-American with Wyatt Davis. We go for the same number, so it's a war every day. Double teams and going one-on-one against them. It's making me much better as a pass rusher and a run stopper. And the rest of the O-line, they're doing very good, and can't wait for them to knock people out.
Thank you.
Antwuan, thank you so much. Have a great day and a great practice this afternoon.
Thank you, everybody.